First, word of warning. This video will be serious. It might just be the most important video you have ever watched. Why? Because in this video, I will share with you my teachings on how to make your wife or partner be accepting of your purchases. How do you get to a wonderful, magical place like that? You adopt my system, which is my gift to you. I'll give you some examples from my personal experiences. Let's say I convinced my wife that I need new bass boat. Of course, convincing is a process in itself, and we'll get to it. But from this point on, conversation will go something like this. Me. Hey, you know, baby, these Bullett's boats are really light. And I think I can get away with putting 225 horsepower outboard engine on it instead of 250 horsepower. My wife. No, you will get the biggest, the baddest, the most expensive engine in existence. As a matter of fact, everything that you will buy for this boat would have to be absolute top-notch. Everything. Me. Oh, baby, you must really love me. My wife. No, I just know what's going to happen. If you buy anything less than what you want, you will bitch and moan daily, drilling a hole in my head, until you sell what you bought, taking huge beating in the process, and will buy what you should have bought in the first place. And don't give me this, oh, you must really love me, baby. I'm not doing it because of love. Don't be delusional. I'm doing it in order to maintain my sanity. Me. Oh, well, I guess I'll do what you want me to do, honey. There are few steps or stages in my system of indoctrination that I developed, perfected, and diligently followed. Don't expect instant results. Won't happen overnight. Step 1. You need to create an illusion that what you are buying is really needed, not wanted. Second step. Whatever you buy, she needs to understand that you're not buying exactly what you want to buy, that there are better things out there, and that what you are buying is really compromise for the sake of fiscal frugality. Ah, man, missed another bite. She needs to know that you're compromising, and that will leave a room for growth, also known as the next purchase. Third, you need to remind her of your compromises. Not often, don't overdo it. And it's really helpful if she is the initiator of the conversation. There are a couple of more things that you would need to do, and you're probably not going to like it. But it is an integral part of my no-fail system. Can't skip it. You need to be ridiculously generous with her. I'm not advocating getting loan to buy gold Cartier watch that she always wanted if you don't have money to pay your rent. But within your means, you have to be reasonable to a fault. Reasonable, not reasonable to a fault. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, he's a bleeder. Let's go back to this unfortunate place where I said reasonable to a fault. I meant generous to a fault. Generous to a fault. We clear on that, right? Second thing that you should do, or actually rather what you should not do, under no circumstances, ever, even during arguments, especially during the arguments, should you remind her of your generosity. I know, requires discipline and self-control, but can't do it. If you use your generosity as a leverage, all this mind-bending indoctrination will come to a crushing end. Your game will be up. She will immediately know that it was always about you, not about her. Be devious. Shut up. I will give you another example. The last one, we are pretty close to the end at this point, of my system at work. And then we'll conclude this. We'll switch to my home for that segment. Years ago, on my way home from the office, I stopped at the boat dealership where my boat was being serviced. The owner of a place came up to me and said, Dmitry, a guy I know is going through a divorce and he's selling his shotgun. At that point, it seemed kind of illogical to me. What does divorce have to do with selling a shotgun? I'm wiser now. Maybe it was the kind of divorce where he wanted to eliminate temptation to use it. But anyway, 20 gauge over and under, brand new, in the box, never been fired, $1,000. I said, Jim, as tempting as it is, I can't justify buying another shotgun. I have enough guns to start small revolution in medium-sized country. And I'll bring another gun home. My wife's going to kick my butt. I don't want to deal even with a mild nuclear fallout from her. So I left. But you remember this part about reminding her of your sacrifices? So when I got home during the dinner, very nonchalantly, I said, you know, I've been at Jim Saiton's and he has this gun for sale. Awesome. Only $1,000, $2,000 gun all day long. She said, did you get it? I said, no. She says, why not? Check this one out. I go, because I'm cognizant about maintaining financial stability of our family. Huh? It's pretty good. I'm still proud of it. Yeah. Boom. She said, silly. You should have got it. You should have bought it. Go back tomorrow and get it. How often do you get deals like this? I go, really? She says, really? I go, okay. So next day I'm at Saiton's and he said, it's gone. I said, what do you mean it's gone? What do you mean it's gone? I sold it. That's too bad. But anyway, so I go home. My wife says, can I see the gun? I said, no, I was too late. He sold it. She tried to comfort me in a weird kind of way. Like, it's too bad, but you need a shotgun, like you need a hole in your head, and you will get other opportunities. You always do. So, not a big deal. We went on with our lives. And guess what I found a couple of months later under the Christmas tree. Okay? Let's go, I'll show you. Here it is. Pretty thing, isn't it? Apparently, next morning, my wife, when I thought she was walking our dogs, went and bought it and threatened Jim with grievous bodily harm if he'll tell me that she did. So you see, my system at work. And I know some will say, system schmistem, drew a royal flush with his chick, lucky bastard. And he would be right. I did. She's awesome. You might say also, it will never work with my wife. And here you would be wrong. History of humankind, dating back to times of Eve, proves that my system will work with 99% of women on this planet, and probably on some other planets as well. Then you might say, what if my wife is in this 1%? That's a tough one. All bets are off. Forget everything I said. You're one miserable man, and I feel for you. Then you might say, what if I'm in this 1%? All bets are off. Forget everything I said. You are still one miserable man. I feel for your wife. I don't feel for you. And guess what? Nobody else does either.